Oh, Ace. Attorney. I don't know if that joke's ever been made before, but I am the one who made it. Just now. Tanahashi owes me fucking royalties. Health warning, you might be bored to death with some of the filler cases in this game. Maybe. Apollo, what? Well, you know. Actually, nothing. Okay, see you later. Spence is giving me an ulcer. Oh, good job. I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what would you get? Oh, gee. I'm just as bad as you. So bad. Though I can't say it, but I was confused by the case. IPXX 314206. Oh my god. Who would have guessed? I don't know. I wouldn't because I wasn't told that there was an undercover agent anywhere. What a mess. Don't have any idea what he's investigating. Well, we know who shot him. It was him. That voice I heard was the judge. He's been going out a lot. Some top secret mission. I hope it doesn't pertain to the main story surrounding this game at all. Sunshine Coliseum. What a great day. Birds are chirping. I get it. If your daughter keeps doing the wood puppet bit every day, I'd want a day away from her. I'm happy in the courtroom. I'm a lawyer. I guess the tent backstage hallway. Okay. Oh, hello. How did you notice me? You're blind. How did she notice me? She's blind, isn't she? I can see that earpiece on the ground. Yeah, we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps. Oh my god, you're Daredevil. That was quite a statement about hearing Darian Christian's voice. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Yes. Yes, yes, you already flashed back to this already. I was on my way backstage from the stage. That's what on my way backstage means, yes. That's when I heard his voice. Next moment I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real. I was in quite a hurry, you know. My blind painting and all. At least she certainly thinks it was. He was singing in a restaurant in Borginho when he was playing the piano. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started saying that he was blind instead? It began after I made your debut, after I became known as landscape painter in sound. Why would you... I said that before, but like, why would you not advertise a blind painter? Pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He's a smart, gentle boy. He was an Interpol agent, so you had no idea? Of course not, no one did. Someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea. I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? Lying about being not blind. My present is veiled in darkness too, so is my past clouded from memory. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. I have no memory of the time before I became myself. I awoke from darkness into darkness. I was singing in a restaurant those days. I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime. Everything before becoming Lemoire is lost to me. But I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Think your past might be related to this case? No way, that seems really unlikely. Sure. Thank you. Boop. That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. It's small, maybe no one's noticed it. I kinda want to pick it up. Make a cool souvenir, what do you think? It does stick out in my mind for some reason. Pick it up. Can I pick it up? Okay. Nothing here, I guess. What about... There it is, the landscape painter in sound. It must be hard to pretend you can see when you can't. Yeah, totally. Some people are just impressive. That makes me think about how much farther I have to go. Lipstick. Are you sure it's lipstick? Or is it Letus's blood? You think you can tell me about this? Okay, you can't tell me about your frickin' thing that you lost. Okay, good job. The stage. Computer. Look at all these electronics. Eggs Benedict. Ha 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 ha. Hmm. Hmm. Did I even talk to Trucy? Oh. I dropped a bomb. What? But that happens in the next game, though. It was Darian. That's so cool, I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think you mean what I think it means, and she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right, I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Darian, even? You bet I did. He is one of the Governor's guitarists. He's so cool. Oh. Right. All the Governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Letus backstage. But she heard him. She heard him backstage. Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly. Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah. Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. Don't be fooled by appearances. But I'm a magician. If only it were that easy. You know, he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. Is that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Oh, hello. Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Grammar... Grammar-y? Hey, the other day... This dude ran into me like a chump. He was wearing a silk hat. We meet again. Nice to meet you. Who are you? Could you please stop smirking? It's you, Uncle Valent. He's your uncle? No, silly. It's the great Gramarye. Am I saying that right? It doesn't sound like I'm saying it. Pronunciation.
Gramarye. Gramarye. Gramarye.
Gramarye.
Gramarye.
Let's get a second opinion.
Gramarye. Gramarye.
Okay, let's get a third opinion from Reddit. Gramarye. Okay. I'll say Gramarye. It's the great Gramarye, Valent Gramarye. The Grand Magician. Yes, it is I, the great Valent Gramarye. Is seen on television. Could you please stop smirking? It's been a while, Trucy. 7 years. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again. You look exactly the same. Hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wanted to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear for the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. Let's ask him about the case. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Valent's one of Dad's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? You mean Mr. Right? No, I mean my real dad. Trucy's real dad? Wait, Apollo. Don't tell me you don't know the Troop Gramarye. Troop Gramarye? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Animators gotta show off that one animation they made for him. But not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet. Valent Gramarye, the name began to surface in my mind. It's a name I'd heard on television as a child. I bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. And then escaped from a high security prison. He's a magician? I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. Oh, you're a phantom thief. Okay. It's the true miracle of the Troop Gramarye. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television. Weren't you with someone else? Like a duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something Gramarye. Yes, Zack. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Is everyone in her life fucking dead? Once upon a time, Troop Gramarye included 2 grand magicians. had to do fucking Flare again. Myself, Valent, and my partner Zach. And the Zach was. He was my real dad. Wow. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my dad. And you make me laugh, Apollo. Glad I'm good for comic relief, at least. Not that I see Dad around much these days. I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? Two, in fact. The first being, of course, my flair. To see you, Trucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Colosseum the first time in 7 years, I could not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy, was a hot topic of talk amongst the staff. And defend him you did. Well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. An analog horror tape? Quite so, a recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of the Troop Grammary. Will you watch it? Why he orange? Okay, so like, if an Ace Attorney game can have little beeps and boops, and when did this game come out? 2007. If it can do this, if it doesn't have voice acting, then what was that concert scene in Pokemon Sword and Shield, huh? Can I skip this? Can't skip this. Okay. Haven't I already seen this? It's almost as good as it was live. So what's the word? Mysterious. Way more mysterious. Ah ha 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 ha. Videotape received. Let's go to the detention center. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a sus. But they don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room and shot that gun twice without breaking his arm. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? He can see. Amachi. Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried. So what did you think of the trial today? Well, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial. Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Good? I'm glad Ramar testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Therian of the Gaviners, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went after all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey, what is it, Apollo? It's nothing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? I couldn't help but feel that I don't know. He doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borgini and he doesn't speak English. But my bracelet is reacting to him. Maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. What, was I that bad? If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. We'll be back, Machi. So, Machi, you can see, right? Machi can't see and Lamar can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Like Yoshi. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're going to get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. I guess I can show them more of the video. Hey, look at this gun. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Is that really a way to open this, Apollo? Thank you. That reminds me, that was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Gramarye made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know? I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Yeah? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Maybe you mean the headset on the floor that I could have taken off the floor at any moment? That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Might I touch it? I thought as much. What did you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So can I put it on? Boop. 10-4, that little buddy. This is Trucy reporting in over. Why the sudden silence? No one answered. Don't be silly. What good is a receiver that doesn't receive? That's like Emma not performing forensic investigations. Make her sound like she's some kind of forensic investigation machine. It's just silly. Unless she's super high-tech android that runs on snack ooze. That's it? Okay. Okay. Everyone on staff is wearing one of the headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Do you have anything more to say about this? Can I ask you about this headset? You said that all concert staff were wearing one. That's correct. You need them to communicate on such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one. And all of the band members too, I should think. They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was one lying here? Alright, let's go somewhere else. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Maybe the stage. Nothing here. You have anything new to talk about? Nope. Oh! Gasp. Of course. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. What are you doing? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the 2nd degree in court and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstained Mr. Latouche left. My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found that one without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward. A chocolate snack who's popular down at the precinct or something? I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest, you're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked that way. It just bugs me to think that the little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver. I think you're missing the part where he is a 14-year-old kid shooting a high-caliber revolver twice. That's not how it sounded in Lamar's testimony. You mean her saying that she heard Darian's voice at the scene? Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Was that true what you said in court today? You know about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean? I found the link, you know. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped key ring was stolen. Then Lamar flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. In the end, a bullet took Mr. Latus's life. And he went up into the sky with the guitar, well, 15 feet up at least. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence. I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all this? Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway. But you all think I did it. Sometimes I worry about her. So what did you find? It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a beetle? Like on a cell phone, this device must use an electronic signal. An electronic signal? Oh my god. Nothing new here, I guess. What am I missing here? Do I have to like present this dude the headset or something? What's this? Nope. What about the videotape? Oh, so I was wondering that stunt in the middle of the song there. I didn't see a stunt. What about Lamar vanishing and reappearing? Oh, I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen and didn't even notice. So I'm gonna be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes. I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it all is done. Of course, I am like a deity with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent primeval power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey, Trucy? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation. Mine known, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later, well after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask, I won't answer. Too bad for you, Apollo. Whose side is he on? I, Valiant Gramarye, now make my leave. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valiant. You should stay a while. I am afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I've been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. So you'll be at the concert venue? Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, Crocodile. Well, there you go. Let's get cracking. Right. I forgot how much talking I do when I play these games. That song, isn't that the one Lamar was singing? I don't know. It's the only song that's playing other than your theme when I'm at the fucking agency. Yeah, you're right, the Guitar Serenade. Wow, I'd love to do a show on stage like this. I'd come to see that. The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. There I am singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air. Not bad. But aren't you a magician? Oh. That's right, I was a magician, wasn't I? If it isn't Miss Trucy, indeed it is. What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss. Lamar teleportation illusion. Ooh. Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exacting examination, I happened to notice that that piano, and I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody. Hey Apollo, maybe Uncle Valent can shed some light on this whole thing for us. I was wondering about the show the night of the murder. Lamar's Vanishing Act was your illusion, right? Indeed, the Purple Prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear like a dream." Like a dream? Yet what can I work on with a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted. Yeah, look at that orange. He is fucking orange. Because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of Troop Gramarye are concerned. So you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well? And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos... that piano over there troubles me. It troubles you? Why? Why do you ask why? I know what you are thinking in that head of yours. Gramarye, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort. Actually, yeah, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind, Apollo. Or everyone tells him that, and he made a good guess. It was 20 years ago, a young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. Damn it. His name was Magnifique Gramarye. It was he who began the great Troop Gramarye. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was. Yet several years ago, that time came to an end. My troop pulled a vanishing act. Yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion. That's not true. I still went to all your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket. We hone our skill at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise up from obscurity onto fame's shining stage. I do this not only for the magic that is Gramarye, but for my partner. Your partner, you mean? Yes, Zack. Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Gramarye in show business circles. None. That's why we heard all about them in the first 3 games. I will see us return to glory, I, Valiant Gramarye. Our founder, Magnifi Gramarye, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles. I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go, what happened to the jet again? Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came through his door, only Zack and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zack were the shining stars in the Gramarye crown. Cool, huh? And Zack Gramarye was my dad. Now that Magnifi and... What the fuck? Why are you telling me my controller's charged? It has always been charged. Let it be I, Valiant Gramarye, who brings the Gramarye miracle back to the big stage. I'm rooting for you. Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up. Alright, where's the piano? That's one big piano. I've never actually played one. You should get Mr. Right to teach you sometime. No good, he can't play either. Kinda feel bad for the guy now. Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back, this could be the debut of a prodigy. Ew. Did you make that noise just now? Let me try it again. You know, I think something's stuck in this piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Look, this was stuck between the strings. It looks like a detonator. "3D model detonator." This switch sitting here tempted me to push it. Don't, you might blow up the whole Coliseum. Apollo, please. To think that every strange switch triggers a bomb. That kind of old-fashioned crime drama thinking doesn't cut it in our busy times. Alright, true CPI, please enlighten me. What do you think this switch does? Maybe it turns on the electric razor in Prosecutor Gavin's dressing room. Switch as big as a razor to turn on a razor? Okay. Makes sense. Probably gonna show this to the detective. Which one was she in? Was she in this one? Okay, I found this in a piano. You think you could take a look at this? A small device, looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? You press this switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for though. A signal? You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma, you know what strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing the switch. Youch! It's on fire. Emma's device is on fire. What's the big idea? Well, now we know this is an igniter. This part here must work like a lighter. It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose, at least. We're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo, let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience. What are you trying to do? Burn me alive? Oh, come on, it was just a few sparks. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. couldn't even edit his fucking message. Says you weren't the one holding it. There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak, probably only reaches 30 feet. A transmitter, huh? Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area... Let's see, 30 feet from Lemoire's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. Kinda seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation. I'll have to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck. I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Do I talk to anyone else? Yeah, do you have anything new to say? No? Maybe go back to the agency? Oh. What, come to laugh at the murderer? Darian. That old bag opens her pie hole and wham bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out. Then Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. My alibi's rock solid. So about your alibi. You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. Music was blaring when we heard those gunshots and found Mr. Latouche dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage. The guitar playing was something else. Thanks, little lady. See? The whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. Laura's fault. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work. He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till the suspicion is cleared. What suspicion? He can't be such a stick in the mud. Mr. Gavin, a stick in the mud. He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? Oh, don't about that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. What is that? Oh, the boat is a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could be even a boat. Yeah, this guy puts Josuke's fucking pompadour to shame. I forgot to read. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Gavin around much. He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. Prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it, normally. Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. tell him I want into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yeah? What do you really think happened, really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping. Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Let's not talk to him anymore. Gavin's office. So this is it. Gaviner's head office. It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object, whatever? Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. Oh, well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet, like. That's eavesdropping. Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band? What, a replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Lettuce. Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? Just get me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like this when I start to miss Darien. Huh? Hi. Just thought we'd drop in. I hope you're not mad. How could I be? There's not enough teehee in the world in any case. Have a seat. Watch and learn, Apollo. So who you come to see? The earlier Vulcanus or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's given us a choice. You can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today? Yeah. I always read the TV section. Good girl. How about you, hair forehead? I read the funnies. Shit, you're doing the same pose you did in that newspaper. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song. Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that. Not a show, it's an article. News, you know. Oh, does this have anything to do with the case? Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. Oh my god, Splatoon 2 reference? How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? You think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, endless. Thanks to you. Thanks to the case you made today, of course. Oh, that was all Apollo's idea. Hey. Is that newspaper over there too? Ah, yes, the Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Borginian. Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. Though, they didn't go as far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Borginia could believe it. Probably just seen as a theory at this point. Their journalist didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Got a newspaper. Mars' testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I imagine. Which is why I've had Darien step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum. Lamar was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case quickly if possible. I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it. You co-wrote it with Lamar, if I remember correctly. That's right, it was last year. I had gone to tour Bogenia's legal system, as a matter of fact. That's when you heard Lamar's voice? It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting. Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout. What year does this take place in the fucking universe? (2025, 2026). Okay. She can say that. It's a 2011 baby. Wait, how old is Trucy? 2010. Matt Ryan's NFL career is older than Trucy Wright. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on a guitar that I borrowed from Lamar. And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo say. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump. That's a piece of history. And it's only browned, not really charred. No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think you could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burnt guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind what more could happen to it. Burnt guitar. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. That's the guitar from the concert. Why are you showing me this again? I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally. Oh, did you find anything out? He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? Sounds like something we should ask about. What's this egg you got here? What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? What? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it with my... How big of wads of gum are you chewing, Apollo? So you put it on the plate for later consumption. You think a rock star can afford a fish? Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? It's an egg. Wait, that phone call. Bro, I literally just saw this. Does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Who, us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to. Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not sure what it is. But apparently it's a model for something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us what you know about it? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. Guitar befitting a woman like a Lemoire. How did it end up here? She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. So this guitar is from Borginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamar's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. The prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I think that he's a special case. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned. Thank you for putting it in my court record. What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from the examination of the guitar? Donald Trump uses tax money to give Clavier... Is that his name? Clavier Gavin a guitar. What was that about? Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. And that's what... so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. Device? Yes. This. The examiner is busy with evidence of the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Are you serious, Apollo? It's apparently a replica of something. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it was a replica of. You mean whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me, Fräulein. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so. I put it in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Borginia. But apparently there is a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh? There's something either Interpol or Borginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become Lemoire's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump. And he died for it. What a loser. I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Lemoire. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Borginian. Yeah, I know what that broken thing is, dude. It is this thing. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. That looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene in Lemoire's dressing room. Detective Skye found it, actually. At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by here, Forehead. Thanks. Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, man. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with it's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About your strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating. Hey, that's right. I've been thinking here, Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us, not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? Fräulein? Can I ask you why you sing in a band? Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Alrighty. I don't think he's gonna react to the guitar. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello, Emma. What's up? Either you know where Lemoire is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lemoire's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. She's lying about being blind again. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. What if she just went to a different part? This place is deserted. I wonder where Lamar went off to. I'm sure she's okay. She seems resourceful. I guess, but I can't help but worry about her a little. What if she just went to the stage or something? Stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Yipes, it was really dark out there. Dark. That's all Lamar has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo. What? Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like something's changed? Changed? I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. Is there 3 guitars here? That's the ladder we used to climb up to the stage tower. Not a moment I'm likely to forget anytime soon. Me neither. I'll never be able to climb another tower again without thinking about it, you know? I'll never be able to climb a tower again, period. Oh, this thing. Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before? Huh, I guess someone closed it. Wait, look, where the case closes. Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo. What could you think it is? What the fuck? That perspective did not make me think that this was like a giant fucking bass. We have to get Emma. Wait, is she dead? Emma, how's Lamar? Is she okay? Ah, you. We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure. So she's okay? Yep, she came to a short while ago. We found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? You don't know. Probably the only other guy in the vicinity of the stadium that we met. It's either Darian or that magician dude. How could she not see? Ooh! Alright, would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lemoire! Ah, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? Attacked! It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room, you were hit? I knew that very moment, I knew I was hit in the forehead because I was hit in the forehead. The assailant was trying to kill me. Before I died, I said, I think I'm going to die. No. It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work. So why did you run into a area that had no power? Darkness is my ally. What? There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid, so the assailant couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. It was pitch black. You didn't have to, like, close it all the way. Wow, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Fortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. But you said you remember footsteps! When I consider that I was struck high in the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means it was likely an adult and probably a man. Could it be him? Oh my god, Akechi? But why would anyone attack you, Lemoire? The detective asked me this too. To her, I gave the same answer I give you. I do not know. Alright. But, do you know anything about this egg? I wanted to ask you about this. Oh, this was a joke. Why would she know anything about this? This is Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after? You know, in his secret identity. As an undercover agent. So that's what he was doing. You mean you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or a rather convincing replica thereof. Why would he be carrying this around? Is it some kind of souvenir? I wonder. And I wonder. Yeah, sure. What? Do I just show it to her again? I'm sorry, I've not quite recovered from the attack. I'll just put this piece of evidence away for you. What? Oh, okay. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these. The cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know. What's that? The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. They'll turn into gremlins. If someone does and is caught, they'll be put to death. Why? I do not know, yet if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there is a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess. So that's what he was up to? Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling? Smuggling? This took like 15 different steps from just murder. Seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. So you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you. On my trips, yes, that was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside, except for like 2 people that are part of a famous band that go on world tours, but that's fine. Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent. That doesn't mean he's not Borginian, though. Right? Or is that like his race? Yeah. Go call Layton if you want to deal with like smuggling and shit. There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? It couldn't be her. Thank you for talking to us. Actually, I have another request. If it is within my power, I need an interpreter, someone who speaks Borginian. Paolo? Would you come with us if you're well enough? I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Where are we going? Come on, we're about to get to the bottom of this. I see. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Could you interpret for us, Lemoire? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Wingdings, wingdings, wingdings. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney, what do you mean by secrets? The egg. Why did you yell at him? You know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction, a big one. Machi, you didn't. Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Lamar, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. He asks you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Machi. Do you know everything? Yeah, sort of. Have him tell us about it. Very well. What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure for blindness. Must cure some disease. Please say blindness. Ah, damn it. Incuritis. A cure for incuritis. But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine. Am I getting a message? Do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. Sure. Mr. Latus was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, it was Machi. Machi, you weren't. He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician. But you said sort of. Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb? I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? I can't go home. I can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Borginia is death. About the case. What about the case? This meeting's over. Whoa. Darian. What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call for Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. Apollo. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. Just in case you didn't make sure it was Darian. I think I can get the court. I think I can finish this trial. If this is like the last day, hopefully. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. The mystery box could be anything. It could be even a boat. Useless. Time to bring down a little justice. What was that? He is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Valiant Gramarye. I exclaimed as he walked through the door normally. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valiant? You did a whoosh, like Bianca Belair. You did a hair whip. Preposterous proposition. How could I stand to stand upon the stand? My secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. This is why I intend to remain hidden the entire day. Ooh, a vanishing magic. Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. Before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? The Grand Gramarye glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. Glamour? Like Wolf Among Us glamour? A spell of sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. All big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants or the Eiffel Tower. Anything. Anything, really. So he was talking about what he saw at the concert. What we saw. Lamar's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Excuse me. Yeah? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30. Sorry for the inconvenience. Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. He needs to get those Make-A-Wishes in. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning the judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper, if you care to read about it yourself. Is the judge gonna be the kingpin? Is he gonna be the one that wanted the cocoon? Incuritis. I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Can I read it? Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Why can't I read the funnies? Funny! Funny, haha! Funny cat. You eat the lasagna. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of how do you say this name again? Machi Tobaye, our suspect fortissimo. Right, it's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No? Well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. Pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure. Here, Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. Indeed. We left out off of quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. Blah 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 blah. Is there no like super skip button? What a sensational ending. Who would have thought that Darien would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darien Crescend is a member of my band, the Gaviners. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Hair Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guests took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lemoire, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lemoire and the defendant Machi Tabaye had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviners were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lemoire herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescend talking. But that's impossible. Detective Crescend was... Precisely. Detective Crescend was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true, when I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darien Crescend's alibi has been acknowledged, which means that Lemoire was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well, of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections... Oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now... Very well, the court finds the defendant, what's his name again? Your Honor. No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise or Mr. Justice. Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given the chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tabaye to the stand. What? But he doesn't speak English. And he's blind. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as I love you and where's the toilet? The defense would like to request Lemoire as the term interpreter. Lemoire? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Hair Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defendant's defenses. If Lemoire lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lemoire to the witness stand. I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with, if you would, Lemoire. Yes. He says Machi Tobaye the defendant. This is certainly a defendant. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would... What, Your Honor? What? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have to him testify about? What am I going to testify about? Apollo, aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he's saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lamar? Just now, Machi said there is something about he wishes to testify. Machi wants to testify? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. What? Well, Lamar? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What? This is a surprise. Yahoo! Victory Apollo. We did it. This is sounding too good to believe. Because it probably is. Well, if that's true, then this is a vital testimony. Lamar, Machi, please testify to the court. Very well. He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is, he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. He reacted to me speaking English. I see. He wouldn't have understood the English language. Okay. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamar to know the meaning of that song. Lamar, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamar might be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let us proceed to the cross-examination. You weren't there. How would you know? I don't speak English. I need to perceive. I'm looking for something from him. Okay. Okay, I'm perceiving on this. He's speaking a load of bullshit here. All I can see is eyeballs. Confirm, gotcha. I stared into your eyes and they moved, even though you were blind. Care to comment? You can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamar said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can. Mr. Justice Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He heard the name for this language. That... Oh, I only know the name of the language. Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? Virginian Daily Bugle, you can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden. But she's lying. Newspaper. I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a featured article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What is this all about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain himself. Machi says, he says, yes. It is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard of the lyrics from me. What? Is this true, Lemoire? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No. I was on to something. I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with the cross-examination? What are you gonna do, Apollo? I'm going to keep on cross-examining. I'd better have an angle of attack. The bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. I understand. What am I looking at here? Oh, she's fuck. Here, I saw her throat move.
Gotcha!
Lemoire, I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lamar, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lamar, you're protecting Phoenix Wright. Lamar, you are protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lamar lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust us. Trust me, too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. Aug. That's his first words. Aug. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lamar. No, I did not. It's quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness holding? Last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in the dressing room behind desk. Manager, he on the floor. After the shooting. Then there's voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away. So it was you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I had no shooting. Manager on floor, already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony? Yeah. Testify about the cocoon. Machi, please tell us the truth for your own sake. No more speak, not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Taylor Forehead. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Believe I know shooting. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly, I hear a revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear a revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead, and then you heard shots? So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots, and you escaped through the air vent. I know. What do you know? I know if I open in vent, I can leave stage and backstage. Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from Magician. Magician? Don't look at me. Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body, then he heard the shots? Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Dad always told me. Yeah. I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So what do we do? You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking, no.
Someone didn't play justice for all.
Well, it was worth a shot. Oh well, I guess we'll have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo, so what's your plan? Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So will you testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. Different angle? I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lemoire. Lemoire?
Objection!
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lemoire's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lemoire was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lemoire dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such